Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise, to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I'm Lamar Haven. Let's get started with the Hydro Zone. Could've sworn there was a secret there. Anyway, on to the infamous water levels of Sonic games. Now, I keep saying Sonic games. I think I've been remiss a little bit. I haven't been saying a word about 3D Sonic games. Now, there's sort of a reason for that. I have only played a couple of the 3D games, and I've only ever owned one. Among fans, a lot of folks find them notorious for being very hit or miss in regards to whether or not they're good. I lean on the side of that. Basically, my thing is, I have very low standards when it comes to games. I'm easily entertained. So, I'm not very critical on games sometimes. This leads me to actually liking games that have been panned by even longtime fans, such as, let's just say Sonic Heroes. I actually like the game. Of course, it's corny as hell. Almost all Sonic games are, but I'm just saying, I enjoyed the game. I had fun playing it. But, I can understand the criticisms, and to be honest, as I said, I'm not a very good critic. So, I can still like very bad games. I'm doing terrible oh dear. I'm doing quite bad. And I think I've missed at least one big ring already. So, when I say Sonic games, I usually refer to the original 2D games. Mostly Sonic 1 through 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. That said, like, I keep saying the good old days and talking about younger folks versus older folks and crazy stuff like that. When you've gamed as long as I have, oh dear, oh no, that's Tails. Tails is drowning. We're fine. I keep talking about the good old days and everything like that. Like I said, I still am a huge proponent of the modern age gaming. But you can't beat nostalgia sometimes. You just really can't. So I realized I'm going to start skipping the rings in these special stages. I looked at the last video I recorded and realized if I'm not going for perfect, the rings are pointless. So I'm going to start skipping them. Hopefully... Oh dear! Caught myself. Hopefully that'll make these go a little faster. Because these can be tedious if we're collecting rings as well as everything else. It gets a little complicated because as you get closer to the end of the stage, you get faster. Oh dear. There we go. Okay, that one was a little tough. The ones later are going to start getting really difficult. 4 out of 7 Chaos Emeralds earned. I think you can start getting the Super Chaos Emeralds, the Super Emeralds, or whatever they're called, after those 7 are complete. But what happens when you collect all 7, you may ask if you've never seen this game? Amazingness. If you've played one of the 3D Sonic games to the end, you've probably seen it already. You know what's coming. However, it's a little different because in a 3D Sonic game, the reward you get for collecting all the emeralds is simply, oh look, it's a new boss at the end or something, or it was required to get the full ending. In this game, it's a little different. We get a benefit a little sooner than the end of the game. Oh, and hitting those is pointless, it just gives you more points. There used to be times where I'd time how long I could keep those in the air for no other reason than pure boredom. Hydro City Zone. I called it Hydro Zone last time. My apologies. There we go. That was instinct, but I actually had it timed exactly so that first spin dash would do exactly what it did. It would get me just over the hump and give me as much time to get across as possible. I made this a little excessive as a kid, I'll be honest. And I'd come up with all these little strategies and stuff almost purely by instinct. I didn't like worry about these specifically. All the memory I have of these levels it's not memorized in the sense that I could, without playing, tell you what's going to happen next. But I'm instinctively knowing when to press the down button to start spinning, I instinctively know how far to move, I instinctively know what to avoid. It's kind of amazing how much of this game is still ingrained into my brain, despite such an amazingly long time since I've played it with any amount of real strategy, and I missed the ring thing there. Oh well. Off we go. Also, more amazing music. Yeah, there I remembered, you don't push forward, because if you push forward, you'll be stuck in the water. No, let's ignore that. Life. Yep. Tails! You jerk-ass Tails. Here. Spin dash. Yeah, I'm surprised I have that much of this game memorized as I do. I think I have this... Yep, there you go. I remembered that part too. I don't know how much of the Knuckles part of Sonic 3 and Knuckles I have memorized. Because, funny story, I owned Sonic 3 for a lot longer than I owned Sonic and Knuckles. Another funny story. I'm not going to get into it yet, but when we get to the casino or Carnival Night Zone, I don't remember, I think it's Carnival Night Zone, there's going to be a special area that I have a very embarrassing memory of, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. I've heard a lot of other people have the same issue I have with that area, just saying the Carnival Night Zone and saying it was very embarrassing. I think a lot of folks are going to know what I'm talking about. But back in the day, when we didn't have the internet to always look, you had to rely on like gaming magazines or, oh goodness, phone tip lines to figure out stuff. Oi, I'm stuck, again. Hey, it's that jerk again. And more bridges. Does every single button he finds purely for destroying bridges? Does Knuckles, who that is, have a problem with bridges? Did a bridge kill your family, Knuckles? You can tell me. Here's Dr. Robotnik, Eggman. I don't know if they called him Eggman yet. That's the funny thing, he actually has two names. Well, there we go. There's actually a way, at the very highest part of your jump, and he's at the very lowest of his, you can actually use that. Where if you double jump without a shield, and you do that thing, you can actually hit him. It also, I'm not sure if I remember this actually being true, or if I just accidentally broke the game at some point when I was a kid. There we go, Tails finished him off. That provides an invincibility frame, like the shortest invincibility frame you'd ever believe. And there we go, done with Act 2. Hydro City is over. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you folks next time.